What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. It is day 2 of my current split. I'm continuing the series, and today it's quads, it's calves. We've got 4 quad exercises, finished off with 2 calf exercises. I'm making a bit more effort with my calves this year. Believe it or not, I don't actually train them that much. Maybe you do believe it because they're not really that big, but I feel like they're kind of getting out of proportion now. Not in terms of like, oh my God, they're too big. More like, oh my God, they're too small. So I'm going to be training them more often now, at least once a week. I'm going to see how that goes in terms of growth. And then if I feel like they need more work, then I might need to incorporate training calves twice a week. And I do recommend that. If you're the type of person that is lagging in the calf department, you've got to train them more often and more intense. So let's start off to get ourselves warmed up. Now, when I come to train my legs, particularly if I'm doing a quad dominant exercise, I need to make sure that I've loosened up my hamstrings and my calves, because restriction with the calves and the hamstring means that my range of motion is going to be quite limited. So usually I'd probably do a couple of sets on a seated leg curl or a lying leg curl just to warm up, and then the calves as well, just some very basic. Oh, look at those calves, man. Look at the calves. Oh. Don't know if you can tell, but the first exercise is going to be a squat. On the program, I've set myself barbell front squat. Honestly, I hate doing them. I hate doing them because they're hard. And that is why most people don't do them. People tend to avoid the exercises which are difficult and require a lot of grit and willpower just to do. But you stay in your comfort zone, you won't see change. I feel like it's such an ordeal warming up for legs. I definitely spend more time getting myself ready compared to when I'm training upper body. But this is something you got to do if you want to reduce the risk of injury and just improve range of motion and engagement of the working muscle. Now, when I do front squats, I like to do it like this. Put the strap around the bar so I can just go underneath and let it rest on my shoulders. It's more comfortable for me compared to doing that or doing that. And what I'll do as well is I'll elevate my heels on a platform. So I'll be taking my shoes off, I'll be in this position, and this is going to allow me to keep my back more upright and maintain more tension on the quads. Oh! Already feel the burn. So pretty quick with the warm-ups, not wasting too much time. Gradually increasing the weight, a couple of reps, little rest until we get to the working weight. It's been a while, so I'm going to start on 100 and see how that goes. The 3-second negative. Disgusting. That weight is fine with me for now. One of the good things about front squat is how much they engage your upper body as well, particularly your core. I remember I've gone through times when I've done like heavy front squats and my abs have been sore the next day because I've been bracing my torso and trying to maintain that upright position whilst I've got all this weight in front of me. It's a good exercise, it's a tough exercise, but it's a good one. I'm going to rest until I got my breath back, and I'll go in again. I've got 2 more working sets of this. Oh, slipped a little bit on the last one. Damn it! It's okay, sometimes we fail. I just felt at the bottom of that last rep, just had nothing, it just went. That's how you do a safe drop. Just push it away and let it catch on the barrier. Right, next one, leg press. Oh, the quads are fired up. Honestly, won't really need to do a warm-up for this one because I'm pretty goddamn warm. The first set will probably be about like 80% of my working weight. I'm not going to go to all-out failure, but the two after will be. So with this one, because I want to hit more on my quad, I'm going to bring my feet closer together around the middle of the platform. Here would be more hamstring and glute focus. So we're going to go for here. I curse myself sometimes when I write these programs because the tempo I've set for myself, 3-0, 3-0. So 3 seconds from top to bottom. 3, 2, 1, no rest. And then 3, 2, 1, no rest. So constantly moving. There shouldn't really be a pause at any point in the movement until I can finish my desired number of reps, which is 10. So this is going to suck. And if you can't stick to the tempo with the weight you've picked, that it's too heavy, you need to lower the weight. Jesus. It's so hard to count that tempo and like focus on what you're doing at the same time. So like 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. That's the best way I think you can do it, unless you have a training partner that can count for you. But it is difficult counting in your head. Last set. The burn. But for week 1, we're just going to do 3 sets of 10. And then as the weeks progress into week 2, week 3, week 4, the volume's going to increase. So I'll get you at some point, either week 2 or week 3, we do an extra set. And then we start to incorporate some drop sets and rest pauses. But ideally, in addition to that, you should be getting stronger and you should be able to add a little bit more weight each week. So here, I've done 100 each side. So next week, I'd aim to pop on another 10. I reckon I'll be able to do that. So next we're gonna move on to leg extension. It's funny because in like the past few months of me training legs, I'd usually like hit all 3 muscle groups, so quads, glutes, hamstrings, obviously never really did calves. And I'm noticing now I'm just doing quad, quad. Now I'm on my 3rd quad. It's fucking tough. Like I feel like there's so much blood in my quads right now. And we're gonna go ahead and do this and then another quad exercise. So brutal destruction. So this one, tempo, we're gonna go up, all the way up, lock out, 2 seconds on the way down, it's a little bit faster than we have been doing, and then we're going to explode on the way up. If you see an X within the tempo of any of my programs, it means explode. So we're trying to fire up as hard as possible. X equals explode. Keep my knees about hand width apart. I'm gonna have to lower the weight a bit. I was not holding that contraction. This is the thing, whenever you do your sets, don't just be like, oh yeah, done 10 reps, cool, yeah. Rest, go again. After I've completed a set, I always reflect upon the set I've just done and I critique myself. I'm like, okay, was my form as good as it could have been? Am I feeling it where I should be feeling it? Did I stick to the tempo? Did I lose concentration halfway through the set and start looking at that girl's massive ass in the corner of my eye? I'm trying to execute every single set to the very best ability. So you're only here for an hour and 10 minutes, whatever it might be, so you might as well make it count. If I walk out of the gym and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that was, 60% intensity, 70% intensity, or you know what, I wasn't really concentrating. Then honestly, I think it's a waste of time. I haven't grown muscle. I've just burnt a few calories and that's it. That's 4 sets done. Now we move on to the last quad exercise, which is going to be heel elevated dumbbell squat. So with heel elevated exercises, I always used to do them on like plates. I'd stand on a plate and kind of just hope for the best. It did the job, but I noticed there was just far too much of that weight was on my heels, a lot of pressure on my heel, instead of my foot being like in contact with the ground below me. So when I'm on a ramp like this, my entire foot is on a surface. So the weight from my body and the weight is spread all over my foot. So it means it's more comfortable for me, first of all, but second of all, I'm not like rocking backwards and forwards. I'm like a lot more balanced and rooted in position. So I remember when I was in London, I didn't have access to a ramp at the gym I went to. I just bought one. I went and bought a ramp off eBay and I used to take it to the gym. Like people were like, what the hell is this guy doing? I was in Kingston and I'd walk down to the David Lloyd with a massive ramp in my hand. That's how dedicated I was on my quad focus days. So luckily this gym has it. Now this exercise, because it's an exercise where we want to target the quads, I want to minimize lower back and glute engagement. So I want to keep my spine upright and try and focus on pushing my knees out in front of me. Now the tempo which I'm sticking to, again, absolutely friggin' sucks. I've told myself to do a 4-0-1-0. So that's 4 seconds from top to bottom, straight up, and then 4 seconds down again for 12 reps. I think I'm being very ambitious with this weight. I'll see what I can do. But usually when it's your first session on a program, you are going to have to play about with the weight. You know, maybe on the second and third set you kind of found your working weight, and that's what you'll stick at. So don't worry if you have to adjust a bit to begin with. Especially if you guys are doing my program for the first time round. The focus of the first and second week is just to familiarize yourself with the program and really emphasize mastering the form and execution. Once you've done that, then in the third and fourth week, you're really fucking going hard with the weight and intensity. And I'm using straps so I can take my quads to failure. I'm not trying to take my forearms to failure. I don't want them to give up before my quads do, which will probably happen. Just 11 reps, a little bit too heavy. I'm really fighting my spine coming forward as well, especially with this. Your body is going to use every cheat in the book just to make it easy for yourself. I don't want my back to do the work, I don't want my glutes to do the work, I just want my quads to do the work. You could argue that doing maybe a hack squat might be a little bit better, or at least, you know, the hack squat that stops you from leaning forward. I was cheating again. Those 4 seconds were fast 4 seconds. It's turning into 3 seconds. Like when you really count out 4 seconds, it's a long time. Right, now we've got standing calf raise, 15 reps. My quads can't do anymore. Full range of motion, and I mean full range of motion, like all the way to the bottom, full stretch, all the way up to the top, like, so you're right on your tiptoes getting a maximum squeeze. Pretty short rest period in between these. Look at that, what a pumpy situation we have here. You know what? Like most people who have really awful calves, it may be better if you're doing this routine, start off with the calf exercises. So first and second exercise, calves, get it out of the way while you're fresh, maximum intensity, and then go into the quad exercises. It may even be beneficial because you've loosened the calves up, you might have a better range of motion when it comes to doing the squatting exercises. So we've done 4 sets of that. Now we're going to go on to the final exercise, seated calf raise. 20 reps. Oh, whose silly idea was it to do 20 reps? Oh, the calves are not used to this. Safe to say they have zero endurance. Oh. Literally, in five weeks' time, my calves are going to be twice the size. If you get cramp in your calf, which happens quite a lot to some people, just lower the weight. If you lower the weight, more often than not, you'll be able to complete the desired number of reps. And if that doesn't help, then you're screwed, really. I don't know what's worse, going upstairs or downstairs. If you're shaking all over the place, that's a good sign. Bosh. That's the session done. That was around 1 hour, 5 minutes. Obviously, I didn't start the clock until I did my first working set, but that was pretty tough. I would say it's definitely more of the advanced routines. For a beginner, they don't need to be annihilating quads like that. You're better off just doing an all-round leg-focused workout where you're hitting quads, calves, hamstrings, and glutes all in one session. But I wanted to destroy the calves and the quads. And I think that was a job well done. So if you've got any questions about that workout or training legs in general, drop a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you. I will be doing my third workout of the week tomorrow, which is going to be an episode following up next week, and that's going to be upper back and chest. So you'll have that to look forward to. So thank you very much for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And of course, if you want to follow along with my program, then sign up to the Thirst app. Every single thing that you need in order to get yourself in shape this year. See you soon.